Have you ever had that gut feeling? A quiet voice inside you saying, "Don't get in that car," or "That job just doesn't feel right," even when all the logic says otherwise? Maybe you ignored it and later wished you hadn't. Or maybe you trusted it and it saved you from heartache, stress, or even danger. We often call it women's intuition, but is it really something tangible or just a myth we've been fed? Let's be real here. How many times have we been told, "Oh, it's just your hormones," or "You're overthinking it"? I've heard that too. But over the years, I've started to realize this so-called intuition, it's not magic. It's not irrational. It's actually something far more powerful. It's our subconscious intelligence. Think about it. From childhood, many of us are conditioned to observe more, to pick up on tone, body language, the unspoken emotions in a room. We're taught, often subtly, to be caregivers, peacemakers, emotional detectives. So our brains are constantly processing tiny signals, a micro-expression, a shift in someone's voice, an inconsistency in a story. And then, bam, your intuition speaks. Let me give you a real example. A few years ago, I started dating someone. On paper, he was perfect. Educated, kind, great job, even loved my dog. Everyone said, "Girl, you've hit the jackpot." But from the very beginning, something in me felt off. It wasn't anything he did, no red flags, but my chest would tighten every time we planned to meet. I couldn't explain it. I almost brushed it off. Maybe I'm just nervous. Maybe I don't trust love anymore. But I listened. I slowed things down. And within a few weeks, I found out he'd been lying about a major part of his past, something that would have deeply hurt me if we'd gotten further. Was it intuition? Or was it my subconscious picking up on the subtle inconsistencies in his stories, the way he avoided certain questions, how his energy felt slightly off? Probably both. And it's not just about relationships. I used to work at a company as a team lead. One day, we hired a new employee. Everyone loved her. Charming, articulate, nailed the interview. But 2 weeks in, I kept noticing little things. How she'd glance at my computer when I wasn't looking. How she'd avoid team lunches. How she'd mirror my ideas in meetings like they were her own. Logically, I had no proof. But emotionally, I felt uneasy. I started documenting everything. A month later, she was caught plagiarizing reports and fabricating client feedback. HR was stunned. But honestly, my gut had known all along. Now, I'm not saying we should ignore logic or data, but intuition? It's not the opposite of logic, it's the complement to it. Science actually backs this up. Studies in neuroscience show that our brains process information before we're consciously aware of it. That gut feeling isn't random. It's your brain connecting patterns your conscious mind hasn't caught up to yet. And because women, on average, tend to have stronger neural connectivity between the left and right hemispheres of the brain, we're often more adept at blending emotional insight with analytical thinking. So why do we downplay it? Because for generations, emotion has been labeled as weak or irrational, especially when it comes to women. We're told to be logical, data-driven, to prove ourselves twice as much. And so, many of us silence that inner voice. We apologize for it. We call it doubt instead of knowing. But here's what I've learned. Intuition without action is just a whisper. The real power comes when you honor it. Let me tell you about my neighbor, Mina. She was on maternity leave, enjoying time with her newborn. Everything seemed fine. Baby was feeding, sleeping okay. But one night, she woke up with this intense anxiety. No reason, no fever, just a deep, unshakable feeling that something was wrong. She called her pediatrician. They said, wait until morning, but she insisted on going to the ER. Turns out, her baby had a silent infection, no visible symptoms, but dangerously high inflammation markers. Because Mina trusted her gut, her son got treatment in time. Stories like that aren't rare. They're happening every day. In hospitals, in offices, in homes. So why do we still treat intuition like a myth? Maybe it's time we reframe it. Instead of saying, I have a bad feeling, let's say, I'm picking up on subtle cues. Instead of, I don't know why, I just feel it. Let's say, my experience and observation are telling me something. Because intuition isn't about being psychic. It's about being present. It's about paying attention, not just to words, but to silence, to energy, to the spaces between. And here's the truth. Every woman has it. But like any skill, it grows stronger with trust. So next time that quiet voice speaks, don't silence it. Sit with it, journal it, test it, but don't ignore it. Because your intuition is not a myth.